Hello everyone, I hope you're doing good and staying safe. Welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. In today's session, we are going to learn what is pattern matching in SQL. I hope the audio is fine and you're able to see the screen clearly. So let's just wait for some time so that others will also join the session. And in the meantime, guys, I would like to tell that we have multiple and regular updates on various technologies and programming languages like HTML, CSS, Java, and SQL on our channel. So if you're a tech geek and in the pursuit of learning new technologies, consider getting subscribed to our channel SimpliCode to stay updated with all the latest technologies. And also hit that bell icon to never miss an update from us. So I see a few more people have joined the session. So let's just wait for another 5 to 10 seconds. And also, I would like to wish a happy Raksha Bandhan to all the brothers and sisters out there who are celebrating this auspicious festival today, guys. Well, I see most of you guys have joined the session, so let's get started. So as discussed earlier, we will be discussing what is pattern matching in SQL, and we'll see how to find certain values in the table using some patterns with the help of some special characters. So without any further delay, let's get started. Now, for the execution part, let us jump into Mysql Workbench. So as you can see, Mysql Workbench has started, and on the left side you can see the SimpliCode database, which has various tables like Crypto 2022, Customer, Department, New Employees, Olympics, and etc. So before getting into the execution part, guys, let us understand how exactly the pattern matching works. Now, remember when you start typing something into Google search bar and it auto completes feature already completes your sentence, right? So what exactly is happening there? So Google is basically trying to accomplish is what is pattern matching. Pattern matching is basically checking whether a specific sequence of characters or token or a data or the other information that you're looking is existing in the database or not. So for that we use pattern matching in SQL. Now, SQL pattern matching allows you to search for patterns in data if you don't know how the exact word or phrase you're finding is there or not. So this kind of SQL query uses wildcard characters to match a pattern. Now, the like operator is basically used to find the specific pattern in the tables column. It is also used to compare columns within the specified values. Now, together with the where clause, it determines if a pattern matches specific values in a table. It also uses some special wildcard characters such as the like percentage as well as the like underscore operator to find the specific pattern. So basically the like percentage sign is used to represent 0 or more characters, and the underscore sign is used to represent exactly one character. Right. To get a clear picture of both these operators using the special wildcard symbols, let us look at some examples and see how they are executed and how it will return the values. So for that, let me just switch to another tab and let us consider the Olympics table to perform operations using the pattern matching in SQL. So let me just display the results from the Olympics table. So I'm using the select star from Olympics table. Right, so the Olympics table has various columns or fields such as ID, name, sex, age, height, weight, country, NOC, games, year, season, city, sport, and event, and also the medal that they have won. So firstly, let us discuss some examples using the like percentage operator, guys. So as we discussed earlier, like percentage operator basically returns one or more characters having certain patterns that we've mentioned in the condition in our query. So let me just take a first example here and we'll see how it gets executed. Now let's say if I want to fetch details of all the athletes who have participated in Olympic Games whose name starts with S. So in that case, the following query would be select star from Olympics where name like, and within the single quotes you have to mention the character that you are searching for, which is S, and mention the percentage symbol. So let us just execute this statement and we'll see the output. So it will basically display the results of all those athletes who have participated in the Olympics whose name starts with S. So if you want to further write a query in order to display in ascending order, you can use the order by function as well. So I'll use the order by name. So this will basically represent all the names starting from S, and also the second character which will maintain in the ascending order. Like if you see Salim Abanos, and next we have Silvano Abba, and so on till Stephen Anthony Bass, right? So in this way, if you want to display only the results using the first character, you can use this. Next, let us discuss another example. Now, you can use multiple characters also to find the patterns in order to fetch the data. Let's say if you want to retrieve the details of all the events in the Olympic Games whose name starts with, let's say, SA. So in that case, we'll be using the query as select star from Olympics where event like SA%. So let us execute this and we'll see the output. So we were talking about events, right? So we have events here, like various events. So let me just use the distinct so that we'll have only the event's name. Select distinct event and we'll see the output. Okay. So as you can see, we have a total of 5 records that starts with the characters SA, like sailing, women's, windsurfer, sailing makes 3% keyboard, and so on. So in this way, if you know the first 2 characters of the value that you want to search, then you can use the percentage operator by mentioning the first 2 characters here. That is, we have taken SA here. Right, so let us move to the next query. Let's say if you want to display the names of all those athletes in the Olympics table whose name ends with letter or the character N. So in that case, you use the query as select star from Olympics where name like. Now, in order to get the details of all those athletes whose name ends with N, you have to first mention the percentage and then mention the character that you are searching for, which is basically N, right? So we'll execute this query and we'll see the output. So in our resultant set, you can see list of all those athletes whose name ends with A. Like if you consider Arvo, Ossian, Alton, and similarly we have Jumati, Tapio, Altonen, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll find all those names of the athletes whose name ends with N. So you can use this percentage operator to find the names of all those athletes in the Olympics table that ends with N as well. Right, moving ahead, similarly you can also find the names of the name of the athletes in the Olympics table that ends with multiple characters. So now, other than names, let us take another example. Let's say if I want to display distinct records of the sports whose sports name ends with ing. So in that case, I'll use select distinct sport from Olympics where sport like percentage ing. So let us execute this statement and we'll see the output. So it will basically display the records of all those sports played in the Olympic Games which ends with the characters ing. So no matter what it has in the starting places, it should end basically with the ing characters. So we have various sports like speed skating, cross country skiing, swimming, sailing, alpine skiing, weightlifting, and finally wrestling. Oh, sorry, we have more than that. So basically it displays all those sports which have ing in the last place. So I hope you've understood this. So let us now understand another scenario where we'll use this percentage. Now if you want to display the records of all those athletes who have I or K, let's say IK in any particular order in their names. So in that case, you'll use the following query as select star from Olympics, a table name, where name like. So the name can start with any character, so I'm using the percentage. Now it should have only IK in between their name, so at any positions, and finally I'll enclose in with the percentage. So it can be in second, third, or you can say fifth, sixth, but basically it should have IK characters in the name. So let us just forgot to mention the single quote. So let us execute this statement and then we'll see the output. Right, so as you can see, we have the resultant set which has, for example, if you consider Agnes Erika Anderson, she has IK in between her name, and similarly Jan Eric, similarly he has IK characters in middle of his name, and similarly we have Mika Lauri Aranika, RV Alec, Monica Ava, and so on. So even in this way, you can use a different scenario where you can understand and use the percentage operator. Well, let us now consider another example, guys. Let's say if you want to display all those countries where the Olympic, the countries of all the athletes who have participated in the Olympics, whose country name starts with C and ends with A. So in that case, the following query would be select star from Olympics where country like C percentage A. So what this basically does is it will retrieve all the records of the countries which has the letter C as its either first position and A as in the last position, and it can have any number of characters in between. So for that we are using percentage sign. So let me just execute this and we'll see the output. So if you can see in our output, we have different countries that start with C and ends with A. So let me just use this thing so that we can have a clear picture. So as you can see, we have China and Cuba, which are only two countries which have the letter C as it's in the first position and A in the last position as well. So this is another case where you can use the percentage operator sign as well. So and finally, let us look another example of like before moving ahead with the underscore operator. Now let's say if you want to find the details of all the athletes who have participated in the games in the 20th century, that is from 1900 to 2000. So not only the character values, you can even work on the numerical values as well while you're performing like operations. So let me just write a query. So select, I'll use the distinct name because we have repeated values of athletes. So and also mention the year from Olympics where game like 19 percentage. So it will basically display all the records whose the games that were played in the year 20th century, that is between 1900 and 2000. So let us just execute this and we'll see the output. Oh, sorry, I think it's games. The column name is games. So as you can see, it will display the records of all the athletes who have played various games in this year starting from 1900s to 2000. So if you want a more good looking query, you can use the order by so that it will sort the result in ascending order. So let us just execute this. So as you can see in a resultant set, it is displaying the records starting from 1900 and so on up to 1998. So in this way, you can use the numerical values also to find certain patterns as well. And you can also use the AND or operator, AND or OR operator as well. So let us consider another example there. Now let's say if you want to fetch the details of all these athletes who have taken part in various Olympic games, be it summer Olympic games or winter Olympic games, and the sport that they have participated is basically starts with the letter B. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll add game section as well, which is a column, mention the AND operator and sport like percentage B. So what it does is basically displays all the records of the athletes who have taken part in all the Olympic games, be it summer or winter Olympic games in the 20th century, that is from 1900 to 2000. And also it will filter the records wherein it will only display the sport which starts with the letter B. And similarly, we'll do the order by year. So let us just execute this statement and we'll see the output. So as you can see, it is displaying me the record of all those athletes who have taken part in various games starting in the 19th from 1900s. From we have 1924, 1952, and so on up to 1998. So in this way, you can also use the AND operator basically to fetch the records using the percentage operator. So I hope you've understood till now how we use the like percentage in order to find certain pattern in our values that are present in our tables to fetch those records. Let us move ahead and discuss some examples by using the like underscore operator. Right, as we discussed, like underscore operator basically returns only exactly one character that we specified. So let us just understand with an example here so that you'll have a clear idea. So let's say if I want to fetch the details of all the names of athletes in the Olympics table whose name starts with J and have a total of, let's say, 5 characters. So in that case, the following query would be select star from Olympics is the table name, where name like, mention the single brackets, and we know that their name starts with J and they have a total of 6 characters. So we'll write underscore 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let us see the output. So as you can see in a resultant set, we have no records of the athletes whose name starts with J and has a total of 6 characters. So let us take another example. Let's say if you want to find the details of the cities where the Olympic Games have played, which basically starts with the letter B and has a total of 6 characters, right? So in that case, what we'll do is select star from Olympics, where city like B, and mention 5 underscores because it has a total of 6 characters. We already mentioned the character B in the first place, so we'll have 5 underscores. So let us just execute this and we'll see the output. So in a resultant set, we can see Berlin is basically the city. I think it is only one and only the city that they have played in, which has the letter B in the first position, and it has a total of 6 characters. Now since you don't know the exact characters that are present in what positions, you're basically using the underscore characters to mention that. Right, I hope you understood this, guys. Let us take another scenario so that we have a more clear picture of how the underscore works. Now we'll use this underscore in the last position, wherein we'll display the records of all the countries of the athletes that they have taken part in the Olympic Games, whose country name ends with N and has basically 6 characters in total. That is 5 characters we have to mention as underscore, and we will have the N as the last letter. So select star from Olympics, where country like, so mention a total of 6 and mention the last letter which ends with A. So let us execute the statement and we'll see the output. So these are basically the so let me just use the distinct so that we'll have only the country names in our result table. So basically Cameroon and Pakistan are basically the 2 countries that the athletes belong to, which have a total of 7 characters and has N in the last position. So as you can see, Cameroon and Pakistan are both those countries. Right, so let us discuss another example, a final example before we move on to our next scenario. So finally, let's say if you do not know the name of the, let's say, the sport that you want to retrieve, but you know it has a total of only 6 characters. You don't know the starting letter, you don't know the ending letter, but you know that it has at least, or let's say, a 6 characters in total. So in that case, we'll use select distinct. So we'll display the sport. So I'm taking the sport column from Olympic Games, Olympics, where sport like, so mention 6 underscore values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let us execute this statement and we'll see the output. So basically we have 5 records of the sports that are played in the Olympic Games, which have a total of 6 characters, which is hockey, rowing, bowling, diving and tennis. So in this way you can use the underscore operator without mentioning any characters or values at all to find the actual or the value that you're searching for in your table. So that is how you use the like underscore operator, guys. Now we have another case wherein we'll use both the like % as well as the underscore values all together in order to retrieve the data from our table by specifying certain patterns. So let us understand this with an example. So let's say if you're trying to fetch the details of all the countries of the athletes which whose country name starts with S and has at least 3 characters. I'm using the word at least because it can have any number of values after the first character. So let me just explain this with a query here. Select star from Olympics where country like. Now the country name should start with S and it can have basically 3 characters. So I'm using the percentage sign as well. Now I'm not telling it should have exactly 3 characters. It can have at least 3 characters. That is, it can have 4, 5 or even 6. So let us just execute the statement and we'll see the output. So where is this? The country, right? So we can see in a resultant set Spain is the country which starts with S and have at least 3 characters in total, and similarly we have Soviet Union as well. So in this way you can use both underscore as well as the percentage operator. So let us just understand with another example here, guys. Let's say if you're trying to fetch the details of all the events from the Olympic Games that were played, which basically has M in its 3rd position and can have any number of characters. So in that case, the following query would be select star from Olympics. Sorry, we are just selecting the event, right? So I'll mention the event. Select event from Olympics where event like. Now I said the character M is present at the 3rd position. So first I'll mention 2 underscores. Next I'll mention the M character and then finally I'll mention the percentage so that it can have any number of values after the character N. So let us just execute this statement and we'll see the output. So it will basically retrieve all the events that are played in Olympic Games which has M in the 3rd position. So as you can see, gymnastics men's individual all round, similarly gymnastics men's team all round, floor exercises, horse world, and all this have M in the 3rd position, and basically it has any number of characters, that is a total number of characters. So right, I hope you're following with me and you're understanding this. So let us consider another example. So let's say if you're trying to retrieve the countries that the athletes are belonging to, where the country name has A in the 2nd letter and ends with N. So in that case, what we'll do is I'll write another query which is select star from Olympics where country like. So I said we have A in the 2nd position, so we do not know what is present in the 1st place, so I'm just mentioning an underscore and then I'm mentioning A and then I'm using percentage because we have no restriction here. It can have any number of values. Now the only criteria is that it should end with N, right? So we'll just execute this and we'll see the output. Okay, it is displaying all the records, right? So let's just use the distinct country. So as you can see, we have a total of 4 records which are basically Typhoon, Cameroon, Bahrain and Pakistan. Now if you clearly look into this resultant set, we have A in the 2nd position. You can see, right? So we have A in the 2nd position and it is having n number of characters which is of no limit, and the only condition we have specified is it should end with N. So in all these records, the country names are ending with N. So in this way you can use the percentage and alias percentage and the underscore to specify this kind of pattern as well. So I hope you've understood this, guys. So finally, let us look at another example so that we can wrap this session finally. So let's say if you want to display records of various sports that are played, which can have any number of characters, but the last but one character should be n. That is, it should contain letter n, or basically the penultimate character should end with n. So in that case, the following query would be: select distinct sport from Olympics where sports like. So I hope you understood the question. The question is, this sport can have any number of characters, but the only condition is the last but one character should be n. So I'll first mention the percentage, that is, it can have any number of characters before, and after the percentage I'm mentioning n, which is basically the last but one character, and I'm mentioning an underscore, that is, it can have any number of any value in the last place, that is, it can fill any character in that place. So let's just execute this statement and we'll see the output. Okay, sport, sorry, it is just sport, not sports. So in our resultant set, you can see that we have various sports which basically has n in the second last position. So you can see in speed skating, in cross country skiing, swimming, sailing, and so on, in all these values we have n at the last position. So in this way, you can use both percentage as well as underscore to find patterns in your data table as well. So, and similarly, guys, we have the not like operator to find the pattern matching as well. So let me just help you with this example. So let's say if you want to find the age of all the athletes who are not in the age group of 20. Right, so in that case, what I'll do is select star from Olympics where age, use the not like keyword and mention 2%. So it will basically omit all the values or the values of all the athletes whose are ranging in the age group of 20 to 30. So let us just execute this statement and we'll see the output. We'll also use the order by, so that we'll have in the ascending order by age. Right, as you can see, the resultant set has all the ages of the athletes starting from 16, 17, 18 and 19. And if you clearly observe here, after 19 we have 30. So basically it is omitting all the values that has 2, or that is the athlete's age is lying in the range of between 20 and 30. So in this way, you can also use the not like values, not like operator to omit the values that in the pattern matching as well. So that brings us to the end of today's session, guys. I hope you followed all the queries clearly, and I feel you've also understood the query clearly, since we've discussed a lot of examples here as well. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I hope you found this tutorial informative and helpful. If you did, make sure to leave us a like and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any further queries regarding any of the topics that was covered in today's session, feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and a team of experts will be more than happy to help resolve all your queries at the earliest. Until next time, stay safe and keep coding.